small catch monkey. Do you get it? Well, how many of you are hunters? You're out there, you want to put a little venison on the table, or you've got some pheasant you want to put on the table, you know? It's a process, right? Slowly, carefully, small, catch monkeys. They catch monkeys and eat them. But that's kind of an old history, but it's a saying that still holds meaning to the people. So imagine, I arrived in 2014 the first time out of bingo, and I was coming to teach a 10-week course, that's 2.5 months, on operating room nursing. And I spent 2 weeks just watching and writing and watching and writing and going, oh, so many times. Can you imagine? I took notes. I took lots of notes. And I saw so much that needed to be changed so that they could have a higher standard of care in their operating theaters. But I knew there was so much that needed to be changed, and it was too much. It was too much. It was too overwhelming for me, and I knew certainly it would be too overwhelming for them. Anyone ever been through that process? Anybody here? Teaching is kind of like that. You can't step into the classroom and say, bam, there it is. It's a process. Small catch monkey, right? Makes sense now? It's a small catch monkey, yeah. So, it's all about process. It's about time. It's all about small catch monkey. I love that, John Deere. Anyway. So, let's jump into the first line of our text. Still, so many things to say to you, but you can't handle it now. How do you feel like that? I mean, I kind of see two immediate responses. There are those people who go, what do you mean I can't handle it? Just bring it on. I can do this. I know. I can handle it. And there are the others who would say, I've had enough. It's okay. I'll wait. I can be patient. Yes? No? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay. So, and interestingly enough, you know, here Jesus is saying, I'm leaving, and there's still secrets you've not been privy to yet. And because I'm thinking, those Jesus followers, they had already taken so much in, so much that was beyond belief. Jesus walking on the water, for example. The raising of Lazarus from the dead, for example. Feeding the multitude with a few fish and a few loaves, for example. Sending out the legion of demons inside the swine, for example. Or into the swine, out of the maniac there. I wanted to say maniac. The word from Cameroon was maniac, out of the maniac, right? And into the swine. Here's one. He was healing the sick, the blind, the dying. Okay. And then he came one night and shared bread and wine and said, this is my body and blood, for example. It's pretty far out there, huh? Pretty hard to comprehend. A lot to handle there. then Jesus dies and rises from the dead, for example. They had a lot on their plates to comprehend and absorb and take in. So what was so much more than all of that they can't handle it right now? It's kind of a big question. It's hard to imagine. So what is it that we are to learn from this text? This ambiguity that Jesus puts into play. Not going to tell it all to you right now. But the Spirit of truth will come and will declare to you all the truth. So, take a look at what has happened from that time and that place of the life, the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus a long time ago. We can measure it in time through the science that we have learned over the ages, over the eons. Huh? Is that the Spirit of truth who has declared that scientific truth to us? There was a time when people couldn't handle it. No, the world is not round, it's flat. There have been changes of the calendar and understanding the days, the months, the weeks, the night, day. Look at us. We still flip back and forth between springing forward and falling backward with daylight savings time. We're still, but there have been so many changes since that time where people had a tough time handling what was coming at them. Look at what has happened in medicine. Anybody here interested in medicine? What are you guys interested in when you think of continuing your education?
Medicine.
Not medicine. Anything else. Whatever it is that you're interested in. What interests you that it's out there? It's out there. You want to give a shot at it?
Like pole vault.
Say it again.
Pole vaulting.
Pole vaulting. That's a great example. Okay. Art.
Animals and kids.
Hmm?
Animals and kids.
Animals and kids. Okay. Yeah. So, pole vaulting. Pole vaulting has changed a lot over the years, right?
Yeah.
Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is knowledge that has come to us. Come from somewhere. I happen to believe it's a created reality of God. He gave us this gray matter for something. And God shares that knowledge sometimes through prophetic people, through the spirit of wisdom calling out in the street, through the spirit of truth that comes to us and declares to us the things that are to come. I think of how art has changed over the years, things we have learned, the ways we can go back and study ancient art. I was looking at a YouTube video this week where they were studying the very first depictions of Jesus. And now they're able to look at it in new and very in-depth ways because of the technology we have. Yeah. So, God's knowledge that has come to us, that is that spirit of truth declaring to us, has taken us to the moon. It has taken us to heart transplants and medical advances. It has taken vaccines. I'm sorry, I'm medical. I'm kind of 3D printers. I'm thinking of Michael and his little 3D printer business that he's got going. You know, pretty cool. Who could have thought that would happen years or decades or centuries ago? It would have been too much to handle, right? All those things, too much to handle. So, again, I'm reminded, small, catch monkey. This idea of you cannot handle it right now, that's like one of the hardest things in the world for us humans. This ambiguity, this not being able to hear it. It's like, for me, I'm one of those like, come on, I really want to know. Tell me that I can't know, and then I really want to know, you know? As I get older, I'm getting better at it. I can relax a little more and say, it's okay, I don't need to know. Faith helps. Hope helps. The love of God that has been poured into us that makes it possible for us to imagine belief in something that is undefinable helps to accept that. So, well, I gotta look here again. So, it's too much change. It's too much to comprehend right now. It's too much to absorb. It's too much of God, perhaps. You know, the Old Testament tells us you cannot look God in the face or you will die. But yet we're told that day will come. Yeah. So, I gotta jump ahead here. I can understand Jesus' point now. I can understand it. Not all now. This takes time. This takes process. This getting all that Jesus has, which belongs to the Father, by the way, it takes time. It's process. It's all about small, catch monkey. We are in process. This getting the glory of God, being declared to by the Spirit of truth, knowing the Spirit of wisdom calling to us in the streets and at the gate. And then understanding that suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, character produces hope. Small, catch monkey. Hope, resting in hope. It's easier for some of us than others. And I just to bring it into our current world right now, current events, okay, I'm just going current events. This weekend I heard that there were a number of places around the country and around the world where there was a March for Lives rally, which is a response to the Uvalde massacre. Okay, I get it. They want to bring common sense gun reform. Could it be, I'm just questioning here, could it be that that spirit of truth is being declared in our streets? Is it too much to bear? Is it? I don't know. Think what it is like as we talk about the beginning of our country. My goodness, they rode horses and donkeys and went by foot and boat and buggy and wagon and cars. And then cars came and death came with them, and somebody said, well, we need to teach people how to drive. Well, we need people to have licenses so we know that they're properly driving this vehicle. We had a great conversation this morning. That's done to help protect people. Is that the Spirit of truth helping to guide us? I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know. When seatbelt laws were put into effect, drinking and driving laws, that's a big one. Huh? How about vaccinations for school kids? That's another one. How many of you would get onto a plane if you didn't know that that pilot had been checked off every which way from Sunday? Small, catch monkey. Our world is changing. Our faith is changing. Look at the challenges to the faith, the Christian faith since the beginning to now. Things that people couldn't handle. Yeah. Now we see in a glass dimly. I think that's 1 Corinthians. But then you will see face to face. You will see clearly. So Jesus tells us it's too much to handle right now, but the Spirit of truth is coming. Small, catch monkey. Where would you wonder is the Spirit of truth declaring to you right now in your life? What in your life, your family, your church, your state, your country, or the world calls out to you? Go slowly. Get a little closer. Small, catch monkey. Live in hope, for then the time is coming. We will see clearly, and we will see Jesus glorified. We will see God face to face and praise Him always. And the people say, Amen.